Good morning, everybody. Summer's officially here. I'm headed to Alpine. It is 2:30 in the morning. We were editing video until about 11:30, so this came pretty early. So I'm gonna start the truck, and then we're out of here. Got a brand new steer tire. I'll show you that. I'm gonna go with the rest of my stuff, then we're gonna roll. Update. It's about 3:45. We're rolling through Swan Valley. Embarrassed to say it, but listening to some Kesha to keep us moving, and we'll be there in a little bit. Well, it's about 4:15. I'm at the airpark. However, this job is huge, so you can access it. It has kind of a daylight basement. I took it back. So the problem is the daylight basement is a hangar, so it's not anything small. So I wasn't able to find them before. We've never worked on the top side of this place before. Well, I just found them. Oh my gosh, this place is huge now. So I haven't been here since last fall to pour, and it is massive. Okay, well, I'm gonna hop out and get set up. Well, I'll show you this part at least. So this is all the top side. There's a bottom side to it as well. So I think we're going from over there all the way over, a little farther past that way. Okay, so I went and checked it out. It doesn't seem like 120 yards. However, it's pretty big. The other thing that's tricky too that I was gonna point out, if you look right here, so you've got beams up top, and this one is right in the front, and it runs back along the house like that. So on those sections, we're gonna have to hop over, pour the rest, hop back. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad, but it's just gonna add an element of trickiness to it. And I won't be able to Z the way I like. I like to Z in and out all the way. And I'm gonna have to roll and fold that part just a little bit. So, not too bad. I'm gonna get out and get set up. I'm even 6 minutes early for my half hour ahead of time, but that's fine. I wanted to get here a little early anyway, just because I hadn't been to this job site since 6 months. So I wanted to come, get an eye on it, set things up the way I like. So I'll go do that. Really like about Alliance pumps is they set up all your lighting when you buy a truck. So like, we got lights going out this way here, we got lights on the boom when we want them, so it just makes it kind of nice. Okay, well, this is really discouraging because now it's like mud's at 5. I'm supposed to be here at 4:30. It's like 4:32, and because of how fast this pump is, and I was kind of hustling, I'm all set up. I mean, my truck's all at the grade I want it, my boom's in place, so now I have to sit for 28 minutes, which won't complain about that, but I'd rather just knock it out. So I'm gonna go put my remote away. It's super humid right now. Like, it rained all night and there's a bunch of mist in the air, so I'm gonna put my remote away so it doesn't get wet or anything. They're all here and good to go, so we're just gonna kick it for a little bit, I guess. Well, it's just barely after 5 and mud just rolled up. So I came over here to the back of the truck to check this out. I need to turn on my vibrator. So you can see how the hopper's totally empty. However, you have this buildup along the side. So all this right here, just because we're pouring so dry, I turned on my vibrator, and so that should come back down. Otherwise, you pour out 60 yards, you come back, and that's pretty hard. So I try to get ahead of it. Okay, what truck are you?
Truck number 2.
Out of 12?
12 now.
Okay. So he just checked his mud. Looks pretty good. already have in place, we have to go over that beam right there. Whenever we want to switch sides, we just have to kind of crawl over it, which is fine, but we have to halo it and let the hose stop and all that. So we're going over right now, and then we'll keep rolling. So two things I was gonna point out really quick that are interesting about this pour is, first of all, if you look down here, we have this big, it's a ledger kinda. Anyway, it's pretty tall. We have to pour that, then strip it so that they can pour the other side in the same pass. So this floor ends up a little bit tricky. We have a ledger right here, and the ledger I think is like 6 inches higher than the rest of the floor. Well, you can see it, I'll come over here. So we have to go and pour the top layer first, right here. Then that has to be stripped so we can finish the bottom, so they can finish the bottom. So it's kind of tricky because they wanted to pour that really dry. So we've actually had a couple of nasty plugs because we were pouring so dry. So we're gonna finish out this right here, and then once we're all done where we're at, then we'll move into that low side. But that way the high side has plenty of time to get hard enough. They can strip that ledger and then keep their grade really clean, because it has to be finished concrete. So just kind of an interesting twist in the job. Okay, well, we're all finished up. ¿Cómo fue?
Todo muy bien.
Todo bien. Good, good. Todo bien,
100%. So they still have to take their ledger out over there, but this is the finished part, and I think it looks pretty good. So we just poured out the last bit. I just pumped what I had into the mixer. I just got done stuck in a bucket, and I gotta go hang my deck pipe. I don't know what the deal is, but so Call Ready Mix is who the mud was, and all their drivers are just so nice. We're golden. Okay, there goes the mixer. I have another job, but because of how early this one, I've got a little bit of time between them, so I'm gonna take my time and make sure the truck's all cleaned up and everything, and then I'm good to go. So overall, I mean, we had a couple of little issues, you know, just we had some nasty plugs, and the way that their forms were set up, they have to wait a little bit, but I can get out of here. They're gonna have another truck come back in, I don't know, like an hour or so. So overall, pretty stinking good. Pretty fun to pour where we're at. I was gonna show you, I'm gonna get all packed up, and then I'm gonna show you like what the job setup looks like. We're at the airport, and it's just a giant hangar. It's pretty cool. So anyway, I'll do that. So I just finally got out of there. I got all washed up. Everything went awesome. Washout was easy. Towards the end, as I was getting done, they kind of needed the space I was in for some other equipment, so I just had to hurry and get myself out of there. So I got my ticket all filled out, and I'm actually rolling to Jackson. I've got another job. I think it's called Bitzer. Anyway, that's where I'm headed now. I'm a little bit early, but we're hoping mud can get bumped up because I have to go check out a really cool job after that over in Driggs. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm headed out. I would say as easy as a job gets. I mean, there were a few little complications, just some plugs and the way the forming was, but other than that, easy money. It was kind of a cool place to pour too. I mean, there's planes flying by. You're right on the runway. Anyway, it's kind of a cool setup because we've always poured from the bottom. It sits like this. We always pour the bottom half, but this time we were up on top pouring a slab right here, and the slab actually covered the bottom. It's a house over a hangar. This is a giant hangar, and this top part's a house. So the house is actually built over part of the hangar, I think, to store toys and stuff. So anyway, really cool area to pour in. I mean, it was all shored up and everything. So I always like pouring there if we can. So I'm headed to Jackson. Should be an easy pour too. It's like 30 yards or something, just easy money. So anyway, job went good. Thanks for watching.